Hi there. This is actually my daily spread, my daily draw, and I thought that it might be helpful for some of you. You can use it daily or just as a message. So the overarching energy is the Hanged Man, and I feel in this case that it might be about looking at things from a different perspective. I don't always think that with the Hanged Man. That's clarified with the Ace of Pentacles. So, it's something that you might not have thought of as an asset, or you might not thought of as being valuable. It's reshaping the way you think about something at this time. So that's a big theme. Okay. So the first card is the Eight of Wands, and I usually look at this as morning, afternoon, and evening, but it doesn't have to be. It can be read, separately, together, etc. So it's the Eight of Wands. So this is communication. It's flow, it's movement, and it's action. Okay. It can be as simple as, going to the gym or something like that. But it is forward movement for the purpose of carrying you to where you want to go, be that with work, business, whatever. And the clarifying card is the Ace of Wands. So the clarifying cards I use as this is kind of what's going to happen. That's how I see it. And these cards are how to best use that energy. So you've got the Ace of Wands here. So this is an opportunity. It's saying, well, how you can view this is that there's some sort of inspiration coming in for you at this time. And, if you view it that way, you're going to possibly get a better outcome. And you might even get a different outcome. And also you've got a lot of movement here, a lot of action. So to have that mindset of, yes, I can see an opportunity here, could be in an ordinary conversation, who knows what it is. That is going to be the best energy. That's how I see that. It's masculine energy. It's not standing around and waiting for others to tell you what to do or how to do something. It's taking your own initiative. So the next one is the Seven of Swords, and that's clarified by the Five of Swords. So there could be some sort of clever tactics. There could be some sort of sense of, well, didn't realise that it was going to be like that kind of thing happening, and that could be a result of communication coming in. Who knows? But this dude, I think, is quite relaxed about it. He's got his seven swords laid out and he's in a meditation pose, and it's like, well, this is what I've got here. This is how it is. And how can I best handle this? And it's, obviously intent on getting the best result out of this. Even though it might be something that doesn't seem to be, or it might be unwanted, basically, it could be unwanted, or you might have to take some sort of action that you don't really want to take. So the clarifying card is the Five of Swords. So first up, this to me is saying don't go into victim mentality. It could be a case of, this is saying, well, how can I get the best out of this? And in some ways to not be neurotic about perhaps hurting somebody's feelings. It could be like that. It could also be that in some way your feelings are hurt. And this is saying, well, that's happened, and the best thing for me to do now is to move on from it. And that is where the different perspective comes in as well. So there is some challenge here. Dwelling on it is not going to solve. Taking some sort of action, viewing it, as I said, from a different perspective, that is going to be your ticket forward here. So the final part is the Four of Wands. You could say this is the evening, perhaps. And the clarifying card is the Three of Discs. So the Four of Wands is about stability. It's kind of like, well, I did it. I got there, So it's a very hopeful card, even though you've got a bit of ups and downs here. This is saying that you will get there. You will get to a level of stability. You will get to a level of achievement. You'll get to a sort of, even if it's just a neutral level, but it will be by your own actions. And so there's a sense of achievement there with that. With the Four of Wands, there's always a sense of achievement, I find. So the Three of Pentacles, it does talk about cooperation, collaboration, needing perhaps certain, I can't think of another word, ingredients to put into the pie to make it work. Could be, some advice, talking to someone. I don't often use Rider-Waite cards, but I really quite like them. It can also be, setting the seeds, planting the seeds for future progress, from this state of stability, from the state of kind of being on a plateau. You're saying to yourself, well, I've got here now, and perhaps I want to advance in some way or move forward in some way, in a way that you value. You want to put more sort of colour into your life. I see this as very grey. Yeah, there's certainly wisdom here. There's certainly ability to, there's knowledge. But, it can even be knowledge about a certain situation that you may or may not be entirely happy with. Knowledge about a personality, your personality. And it's saying, well, yeah, I'm going to make this work for me, or I'm going to make this, I'm going to weave this into my web of, well, not even a web, like embroider it into, I don't know what I'm saying here, to make something more colourful, to make your life richer. And yeah, it's definitely, it's not an ordinary day or an ordinary time here. There's some sort of spiritual message, as well as, on a mundane level where you can advance. There's definite learning. There's definite watching others, how others do things. It might be a case of, well, you're watching somebody do something a certain way and you're thinking, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I want to be like that. I don't want to have that attitude. Yeah, it works for them. It's not going to work for me. Or it could be, well, yeah, it works sometimes, or, there's something like that. These things are always complex. You don't have to take every ounce of advice that somebody gives to you. It might just be a word. It might be nothing. It might be like, well, okay, they do it that way. I'm definitely not going to do it that way. So there's a lot of learning today, and there's a lot of growth, internal growth. Often this Hanged Man is about, it's hidden inner growth, okay? So it might be hidden, it might, if there's an element of it hidden, there's an element of it being out there. It's obviously you're living it in the real world. But rest assured there's more than the surface level going on. And that could certainly be with somebody else, with this Seven of Swords and this Five of Swords, There's something going on that is perhaps that you don't really know about. They might not even be aware of either. So on the top of the clarifying deck is the Four of Wands. So we've got two Four of Wands. So I see that as the card of the day. I see it also as perhaps, the end, this is the end of the day for me, but it could be the resolution to whatever else is going on. A sense of stability, a sense of, I'm actually proud of the way I handled that. So if something happens, or, even at the end of the day or end of a situation, or even partway through, if you can say to yourself, well, I'm proud of how I responded to that, I'm proud of how I handled that under the circumstances, then that is a great thing, really. That's how I see it. So hopefully this reading is helpful for you. Have a great day. Bye for now.